Good morning, everybody. Hope everyone's well. If it's not morning when you're watching this, hope it's a good day or evening for you as well. So today's our last scheduled class for our chair yoga. I want to thank everyone for joining me these last 6 weeks. We'll get started. So you can settle into your chair, you can slide back in your chair, rest your arms comfortably. And we will bring the feet flush to your mat, to a block. And we'll arrive at our practice together. Pulling our awareness inwards. So when we're practicing at home, lots of distractions. So try and pull your awareness inwards to your mat. If your eyes are closed, maybe just envisioning your mat, how it's situated in the room you're in. The shape, the color, the texture of your mat. Just a little exercise in keeping that attention focused on something instead of what's around you. So the awareness is at the mat. And then we'll draw the awareness in even closer to our bodies. And noticing how we're feeling this morning or this evening, this afternoon, whenever you're practicing. Any sensations you notice in the body, good or bad? Being aware of any areas that you may need to be gentle with. And then zooming your awareness one step even closer to your breath. Inhaling through the nose and noticing how that feels as the breath enters the nose. Expanding the belly. Feeling it expand. And then following the exhale, so feeling the belly soften. Noticing the breath as it leaves through your nose or your mouth. We've dialed that awareness all the way inwards, and we're just going to follow the breath for a few more cycles. Shoulders soften. If you can release any tension through the low back in your chair, maybe you notice you're holding and you can just let that low back soften. Fill out the back of your chair. And when you're ready, excuse me, we'll just roll back and forth on the bottoms of our feet. Spreading the toes. Lifting the heels. Maybe lifting one leg up and rolling through some ankles, making some ankle circles. One side, then the other. Releasing the feet back to the ground. Bringing the soles, or the palms of our hands together. And then if it's possible and it's in your practice, maybe even bringing the elbows, the forearms together. If that doesn't reach, you can leave the elbows wide. And we'll just open up the palms to the ceiling. We'll fold them back together. We'll draw the elbows up, press the hands together. We'll interlace the fingers and just move through the wrists, hands, arms. And then we'll flick the fingers out. And release them back down to our lap. Next up, we'll wake up the head and neck with some circles. Nice and gently. Moving at your own pace. Pausing anywhere you want to stretch out. Changing directions when you're ready. And again, pausing anywhere that you want to stretch out a little bit. And then we'll meet back in the center. And we will slide forward on the chair. And draw the feet back under the knees. Hands to the kneecaps, and we'll find our cat-cow. And syncing that breath with your movements here. When you come into your next cow shape with the heart lifted, we'll just pause here and take a couple breaths. And then moving into our cat. Pausing here for a couple breaths. And then arriving back to a neutral spine. Drawing the left leg under, extending the right leg, and taking a little fold over that extended leg. Coming back up when you're ready. Switch legs right away, extending the other side, and taking that runner's stretch as down as far as you can. Beautiful. Coming all the way back up. We're going to switch again. This time, instead of that runner stretch, moving into dancer. So grabbing the underside of the chair as you extend with the arm, same sides, that extended leg. You can shift your gaze up to the fingertips. And then just switching right away, extending the other side, lean and reach, shift the gaze up. And let it all come back to center. Ankles back under our knees. I'm gonna keep my hand under the left side of my chair as I extend and reach overhead with the right. And a gentle movement here. Switching sides whenever you're ready. Gentle movement. Good. Coming back through center. On your next inhale, we'll send the arms up. We'll shift the gaze up. And then exhaling, pressing away and releasing. Inhaling up, shifting the gaze up. Exhale to release. Last time, we'll take that fold over top. So raining the fingertips down. And coming into your forward fold. And taking a few breaths here. And tucking the chin when you're ready. We'll come all the way back up. Nice and slow. Restacking. And then coming into our first strengthening pose, we're going to bring the arms out parallel to the ground. Belly button draws in, engaging the core. And we're going to try to keep the arms parallel as we shift in the chair, one side, the other. And using the muscles of the core, the muscles of the side body, the belly, to draw you back over with control. Arms are getting a little exercise too, so if it gets too much on the shoulders, then you need to keep the arms in front, still engaging the core as you keep the seat rooted in your chair, and we're just shifting through the upper body as much as we can. And coming back to center. And if the shoulders, we're feeling that, roll them out. Good stuff. And then take your feet wide. Bring the hands back to the knees, big circles, 2 feet grind. Open up the heart across the front of your chair, around the spine, across the back. Changing directions when you are ready. When you're satisfied with one side, always moving to the next side. And coming back to center after your last big circle. Hands staying where they are, legs staying where they are. We're going to do our shoulder drop. So working through the mobility through the shoulders, stretching down through the ribs. 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 Stretching down We'll do one more on each side. And we'll come back through center and we'll keep the legs wide, even still, dropping down on the left thigh and coming into that heart opening stretch. Moving one side and then the other. Remembering that option of extending the resting arm down the inside of the leg. We'll do one more on each side. And then we'll meet back into the center. We'll or heel toe the feet together, coming all the way back to hip distance apart. From here, we're going to move into pigeon, ankles, knees, or our figure four. Sweeping the arms up and coming forward. Hinging at the hips here as we release down. Breathing into the right side. Or releasing all the way down towards the floor. Releasing out of that pigeon whenever you're ready, nice and slow. Crossing the legs and just walking out the legs. And then moving into pigeon on the other side. So taking a big inhale, lengthening and hinging forward. Left side, if you're on the same side as me, breathing into that space. Maybe sliding all the way down. And then when you're ready, coming all the way back out. Uncrossing the legs, walking it out. Let's stretch the legs out. Take a fold all the way down. Shake the head no. And then tucking the chin will come all the way back up. Beautiful. Bringing the feet back, and then we're going to come to standing. I'm going to grab a drink first, and then I'm going to come behind the chair. Actually, I lied. I'm going to come to the seat of the chair instead. The seat's going to be facing me this time instead of the back. Seeing if I have a block close by. I don't. But I do have a book. So if you have a nice thick book, actually, so if you have a book or block and you want to bring it to the seat, you can. We're going to do triangle today, and we don't do that one as much. So opening up nice and wide. Either side, we'll do both. So wherever you're set up, you just want your closest leg to the chair. Those toes are going to point underneath the chair. The leg at the end of the mat. We're just going to turn the toes in slightly, just a little bit. And we're going to inhale the arms up, parallel to our mat. We're going to hinge over towards the chair. It's a little motion. You may find you have to move things once you get here. I'm too far away. So just bringing my foot underneath a little more. So then as we hinge, I'm going to use my block to help me find the seat. Depends how high your chair is. So we're in this triangle shape. We're going to look down towards the floor. You can test your balance if you wanted and look up towards your fingers. And then pressing into both feet, we come back up. We're going to flip the palm on the front and just do a nice gentle reverse triangle. So no chair here. If looking up's too much, you can just keep looking somewhere more comfortable. And then we're going to release that hand down. We're going to bring the feet back together. So coming all the way back together. And then we're just going to bump the hips from one side to the other, releasing the knees. It's a little bend in one knee, then the other. And then we're going to flip to the other side. So you can just flip around once you have an idea of how it looks. I'm going to flip my chair around. Toes closest to the chair, point or right underneath, back, but just angles in. Inhaling the arms up. Hinging towards the chair. Tipping down, finding your seat of your chair or your block. Looking down. Maybe playing with your balance and looking up. And then pushing through both feet, coming up, flipping the palm over the chair, and reverse triangle, sending the arms all the way up. Good, and releasing all the way back down, and feet coming back together. You can walk it out, take a few steps. And then we are going to come to the back of our chair. So moving around a lot today. So coming all the way to the back now. Resting one hand on the chair, the other hand's going to take that side stretch, reaching all the way over. If you want more, taking the outside foot, crossing it over. Inhaling back up tall, leg comes back around. On your exhale, releasing. Hands coming to the back of your chair, and we'll walk it back for down dog. Soft bend in the knees. And maybe we even pedal it out. Bending one knee, then the other. And then when you're ready, tuck the chin, find a little cat stretch as you walk back to the back of the chair. This chair all over the place. So coming back again, Other hand this time. Their arm reaches over, big side stretch. Maybe the foot crosses over as well. And then inhaling back, uncross and release. Coming to the back of your chair and taking your down dog. Either just coming into a soft bend of the knees, or if it feels good and you want to pedal it out again. And then tucking the chin and taking that cat stretch all the way to the back of the chair. From here, coming up onto the toes as we lift through the heels, strengthening the ankles, stretching and strengthening abs. Good, releasing down. I'm gonna keep my left hand on the chair and I'm gonna reach back to the right pant leg, ankle, top of your foot, or using a belt or a strap to loop around the top of the foot. Same thing when you're ready. So if you're working with a strap and you need a little more time, take that time to do it. And then when you're ready, finding the pant leg or restrapping or finding the foot to draw on the other side. Good, releasing and marching that out, lifting the knees as high as you can. Walking it back, down dog. One last time, soften the knees. And staying here, or if you want to, we could drop the left hand and take it over across to the outside of the right leg. Bringing the left hand back, maybe dropping the right, reaching it across. Finding the outside of that left leg. Good, bringing both hands back to the chair and taking a little pedal of the legs here. One knee, the other. And then tucking the chin, cat stretch one more time as we walk all the way back up to the back of our chair. And then we can come back down to a seat. Awesome. So we'll come all the way back down. Let's come into a cat-cow after our standing poses, just in case we've held anything or tensed up anywhere. Just releasing again. Beautiful, coming all the way back through to the center. I'll drop the left hand and we'll pull back. Fingers, pointing them down to the mat, drawing them under. And same thing on the other hand, drawing it back. Underneath. Awesome. And then with soft shoulders, so we always end up tensing up when we do this stretch and bringing the shoulders up to our ears. So think about soft shoulders as you just draw the left arm across the heart. Maybe look away from the hands. And back through center and just switching. Yeah, I'm just being mindful of the shoulder, keeping it soft. And then maybe looking away from the hands. Good stuff. Coming back through center. Releasing that down and just taking a couple of big exaggerated rolls through the shoulder one way. And then a couple the opposite way. So reversing your typical shoulder roll. Stuff. Extending the legs. On your inhale, sweeping up. And on your exhale, softening down. Big fold, big low back release. And tucking the chin when you're ready, rolling all the way back up. Drawing the feet back under. And sitting back to the back of your chair. So we still have time left. So I wanted to finish today with our Satanama meditation. I hadn't done it in a long time, it feels like. But I think most of you are familiar, whether you're live or catching the recording. So our Satanama is the one where we tap each finger with the thumb. So it's Satanama, Satanama. And this is the one that's really good for working on building the memory and as we age. It's also good for calming and sleep. So you can rest your hands on your lap or you can hold them up. Your choice. We'll just do it for a little bit for anyone that hasn't done it before. And you can close your eyes if you are familiar and don't need to watch me. We'll just take a couple breaths to settle in. And then you can join in with me whenever you'd like to, or you can just do the hand motions, your choice. Satanama, 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 Satanama. Then it moves into a whisper. So you start to whisper that same chant. And then from a whisper, you begin silently. So you're just tapping the fingers, saying the syllables silently in your head. And then the whole meditation starts again. So you come back to out loud. Satanama, 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 Satanama. So we would keep going through those 3 cycles out loud, whispering and silent, keeping the fingers tapping. And then when you're ready, we'll just bring the thumb and the pointer fingers together with a little press this time as we seal in that practice. In our mudra, our hand sign that reminds us of our Om chant. And then you can just release out of that mudra, let the hands float back down to the lap. Maybe soften through the shoulders, maybe tuck the chin. And now just moving into some stillness. Taking a little pause here. Breath comes back to normal. Nice natural rhythm. Body grounds down into the mat. Becoming a little heavy through the stillness. And I encourage you to stay as long as you can here in this final relaxation. And as our time together draws to a close, I'm bringing my hands to heart center. And I say to each of you, may you be happy, may you be healthy, and may you be whole. Namaste, yogis. Thank you so much for spending the last 6 weeks with me. I have a couple programs coming up. Stretch and Strengthen on the Mat is going to be online starting after March break, Thursday mornings. I'm doing a chair yoga program at the Lucan Library. It's free. It starts April 9th, I believe. It fills up really fast, so if anyone's interested in me putting their names down for that, I can add you in. So that's Tuesdays at 10:30 for 6 weeks in the spring, and then again 6 weeks in late spring. So Tuesday mornings chair live in person, and then Thursday mornings online. And then come the summer and spring, we'll have lots of outdoor options at the Lavender Farm and a few other things that are coming up. So feel free to reach out with any questions and have a super day. And we'll see everybody soon. Thank you.